Alright, hello YouTubers. So I want to talk about the pros and cons of working in a cruise ship. So basically I'm going to illustrate or enumerate to you guys the advantages and disadvantages of working in a cruise ship. So let's start with the pros. First of all, when you work in a cruise ship, you'll get to see the world. I mean, I was in a ship wherein it was in Asia, and I've pretty much seen everything in Asia. I've seen the Great Wall of China. I've seen the Taipei 101. I've seen the different places in Malaysia, and it's excellent. You know, I was in the Mediterranean, and I got to see France. I got to see Spain. I got to see Barcelona. Those were awesome places. I got to see Greece, for crying out loud. I mean, these are places that I would just dream of seeing. So when you work in a cruise ship, definitely you'll be able to see the world. All right, so that's my number one. My number two would be the money. Okay, we make pretty good money in cruise ship actually, because, well, the amount of money that you get is normally, if you're from the Philippines, well, here you can probably make 3 to 4 times more than what you're making here. Let's say you're a waiter. Whatever you're making here as a waiter, multiply it by around 4 or 5 times, and that's most likely how much you can get. I was an officer in one of the cruise ships for Royal, and I was also an officer for NCL, and the money wasn't that bad still. Now that I'm working back here in land-based hotel, and I'm only making like 1/3 of what I'm making in cruise ship. So the money in cruise ship is very, very good. And on top of that, the third thing is, of course, no bills. You don't have to pay the bills. Electric bill, water bill, internet bill, you know, the gas bill, all those regular stuff that you'd normally do if you work on land. You don't have to do that when you're on ships, because everything is paid for. Your food, your electricity, your accommodations, everything is already paid for, so you don't really have to worry about paying bills. Okay, now my fourth favorite thing about working in cruise ship is the friends that I've been able to meet when I was working there, because you really get the chance to meet all walks of life. Like, I have friends from Poland, I have a Swedish friend, I have a German, American, Indian, Chinese, plenty, Indonesians, you name it. I probably have friends all over the country, all over the world. Okay, and it's excellent because, you know, it allows you to expand your understanding of their different culture. It allows you to see things from their perspective and basically learn a lot of things. So it's awesome. It's awesome to have different kind of friends, or friends from all over the world. All right, and my favorite part, my fifth favorite thing about working cruise ship is the vacation. Yes, we spend 4, 6, 8 months on board, but after that we get 60 days of vacation time. Okay, and I don't think any other company offers that. If you work land-based, like you work for 3 months straight, it's like they're gonna give you 1 month off. I don't think so. That, I've never heard of any company who has done that. Yes, you do get your Saturdays and Sundays, but sometimes that's not even enough. But anyway, I'll talk about that some later on. So those are the 5 top things that I like about working in cruise ship. Okay, now what are the things I don't like about working in a cruise ship? First and foremost, the homesickness. Okay, homesickness is something that will really bite you. If you're close to family, if you're, you know, if you have families back home, you have a daughter, you have a wife, you have a girlfriend, and then you're very close to them, you're very close to your family, you will definitely start missing them, because in the middle of your contract, you'll be like, you just want to go home. There was one point wherein at the middle of my contract, I just wanted to pack my things and just go. We were at sea during that time, and of course you can't really do that when we're at sea. So, you know, you really have to prepare for that one. So keep an open communication, make sure that you contact them all the time. Okay, now the second thing that I don't like about it is you don't have any day off. Forget the concept of Saturday and Sunday, my friends. There is no concept of Saturday and Sunday if you work in a cruise ship. Every day is a Monday for us. If you're used to working on land and you're always looking forward to your Saturday and Sunday, forget it if you're gonna work in a cruise ship, because that doesn't happen, folks. Saturday and Sundays are non-existent. At first, if you're not used to it, you're gonna really miss it, but after some time you'll notice that, you know, it's not really a big deal, because everybody else is working on a Saturday and Sunday, and you guys are working every day anyway, so it'll start to become easier at some point. All right. Number 3, the third thing I don't like about it is that since you guys working in close proximity, you live, you work, you guys are just neighbors around the ship, and when you go out, let's say you go out of port, you can't really run away from crew members. It's not like you can go to your favorite coffee shop and expect that you're the only one there, and not know the person seated next to your table, or so on and so forth. That doesn't happen, folks. Every time I go out, there's always 1 or 2 or a group of crew members that I always know. So you can't really run away. So your privacy is not exactly something that you're gonna be able to enjoy. Same thing when you're on, especially if you're on ship. If you're inside the ship, then forget privacy. People are gonna be knocking at your door, calling your phone, calling your room, and asking for something, anything. But so there, forget privacy if ever you want that. That's not gonna happen when you work on ships. All right. Okay. Now my 4th item that I don't like about working on board is forget the internet. Forget the internet. Why? Because we're not exactly hooked up to a DSL connection or fiber, right? It's not like here in land base wherein you're hooked up all the time to a internet connection. If you're working on a cruise ship, you're off the grid, folks. So we're satellite. We're connected via satellite, and yes, you get internet, but it's very expensive. Just to give you an idea how much it costs, your $5 will get you somewhere in between 45 minutes to 55 minutes. So if you convert that in peso, again, I'm converting it because I'm here from the Philippines. That's a lot of money. So if in a month you spend about $50 on internet, that's a lot of money. I mean, here you can get unlimited internet 24/7, even with cable. You know, you get HD channels for like $2,000, and that's already unlimited internet all day. Plus, you have your cable or your cable TV. So it's very expensive for you to have internet on ships. So that's one thing. So for those who are very attached to their Facebook and social media page, start detaching yourself, or at least minimizing it. Otherwise, you're really gonna miss the internet. Okay. All right. So that's number 4, and the 5th one that I don't like is the fact that you have to be able to adjust accordingly in dealing with different kinds of people, especially dealing with your boss. I've dealt with a boss that was very strict. I didn't really get along with him at first because of his style. I'm more used to the subdued, very open, very nice, not that very bossy. I don't like very bossy, that kind of people. Like, what they care about is just getting things done and not worry about the relationship that could be, tainted during the process. But, these are sort of things that you really have to deal with, especially if you're dealing with so many other nationalities. In connection to that, there's also something called a mafia. It sounds like a movie villain or whatsoever, but that exists on board, folks. The mafia is like they stick to their own kind. They help out only the ones from their particular country or nationality, and it does exist, whether we like it or not. Mafia system does exist in cruise ships and in working on board. So that perhaps is something that you might want to look out for. Now, there are things that you can do though to actually make sure that you don't get too much affected by those mafia. Just be nice to everyone. Actually, just be, just don't just stick to your kind or to your respective nationality. I made a lot of friends, and I'm pretty much can get along with any nationality on board. And this is something that you will learn as well. So just keep that in mind. Don't just limit yourself to your fellow nationality, but try to make friends with other people as well, because at some point in time you will definitely probably need something from them, or you know, just be nice. That's the basic rule when it comes to being a cruise ship, in general, actually. So those are my top 5 pros and cons working in cruise ships. I'm thinking of discussing or talking about what are the tips to survival there. That's going to be my next topic, perhaps. Tips on how to survive your shipboard life. And stay tuned for that one. All right. So if you found this this clip or this video useful and interesting, please go ahead and click that like button. For my future videos, go ahead and subscribe so that you'll easily be notified as soon as I upload a new one. So I'll see you guys again. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Brian. Sayonara.